How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another Solana update. Thank you for the continued support. Now, in my past update, it wasn't really a video I wanted to make. I was thinking a few steps ahead. I was sharing with you guys this potential falling wedge pattern or bearish channel, which usually break to the upside. Yeah, it's more of a falling wedge. The issue is that with such a dump, there's going to be a lot of resistance in the way. Now, the target out of this pattern is where it's just come from. So it's this area over here. 264 to 278 is Solana's target out of this falling wedge breakout. You can actually see today we're attempting that breakout. Now this is significant because we are bouncing, well, Solana is bouncing off of the 200 EMA. Now this is on the daily time frame, so it's making an average of the last 200 candles. So if you want to see the mid to long term trend continue bullish in our favor, it has to protect this level at all costs, otherwise we'll start a deeper correction. And Solana, being such a large cap, it's going to hold up a lot better, but it still did go down 40% and is still currently down 30%. So it does need to climb back up quite a bit, around 50%, I think. Yeah, just under 45%. But again, that's the level it must break. Otherwise, we are going to lower high. And this is what I was bringing to your attention in my past update. Hopefully you've been keeping up with the Bitcoin videos. I've definitely noticed a massive influx in views over there, so really appreciative of that. And what I was suggesting in that video, which also leads to my bias on Solana, we're also seeing this falling wedge. And it's not on Solana only. If you've kept up with my other updates, you see it on Sui as well. And the risk at the moment is with even Bitcoin, just like Solana here, the EMAs or the moving averages are acting as resistance as well and are just on the outside of the breakout. So we've broken out today after rejecting it yesterday, but still maintaining the 200 EMA. This is meant to be a long-term bottom if we are to keep breaking out bullish, expecting new all-time highs, $400, $500, $600 plus. We need to see the EMAs held, the 200, and then the short-term EMAs reclaimed. So with this breakout, we must see the continuation and Solana getting above $215. If Solana comes up into beneath $215, under it, and then rolls over once again, then these are the signs I've been worried about, because it could later develop into losing the 200 EMA, and that starts a much deeper correction. And again, at the lowest point, 176 from $295, that was a 40% move down. And if we were to fail to break these EMAs and later lose the longer term one, we're starting a longer move down. Continuation of this potential new downtrend, with this being a potential double top. I do not want that. I'm heavily invested in Solana, so I need this 200 EMA support to hold. This green blue box of support, whatever it is the prices of $180 to $190. Important because we've got it lining up this previous support, as you can see to the left. So it's our range low, but again, also the daily 200 EMA. In the past, once it had held, there was an initial move up and then it came back down into it. That could still happen here. Anyways, in the end, it moved higher and we made a new all-time high. So you can clearly see by maintaining this level, it's looking to continue the uptrend. But of course, what happened was, even though it made a new all-time high, it failed to close above the highest wick to the left. So I'll mark it out specifically, $264. As you can see to the right, we never got the daily candle closes above this level. If you're enjoying this update, please make sure you like, subscribe, comment so we could get to 10K as soon as possible. So right now, we need to see Solana closing above 265. And as you can see, it did not. So it results in pulling back down to the key levels of support. And it could have created a high low on this double bottom neckline where we saw the 55 moving average. Unfortunately, it wanted to come back down to the range low, still within this bullish pattern. And we are now breaking out to the upside, but we have to mark out all these levels of resistances because these are areas where the market could dump from. And that means the pump could be a trap pretty much. So let me mark these areas out for you. I might have to place some more fibs. So here we go with some more fibs. So you can see at the moment with this new set of fibs, we're seeing a lot in this area, a lot in this area over here as well. This area, of course, and this area up over here. So all these levels are valid levels of resistance going forward. And we need that final level 264 to 280 to break in order to end this correction. From any one of these points, even though it's a bullish pattern, we could get knocked down and attempt to lose this low at each one of these red boxes, even the final one. Because as you can see to the left, even though the 200 EMA gave a bounce that made a new all-time high, we never saw the daily candle close above that point. And if the similar thing happens again, where we peak higher but fail to close above it with the daily candles, so a similar candle like this, it's a signal for the start of a move down, which means we're stuck within this range. And if we're failing to break the highs on many occasions and weakening both sides, but failing it to break it on that occasion, the next one, then it's likely that this is going to give in due to the amount of bounces we already had from there. So that's the risk. It could develop into a triple top or head and shoulders pattern. It might not even get as high as that. But as someone that's invested in Solana, as all of you are in this video update, I don't want this to be lost. This really needs to be the bottom. And what we need to see going forward is a break of 215 to 220, a further break of 260 and 280. So this key level and this key level over here. Of course, there are others in between. But yeah, to start the move up into 260 and 280, the EMA breaks are a must. If you're failing to break through this area, you can see once you've lost it, you pump into them and fail to break above, we roll over to new lows. That's what could happen right now. Let me finally end this video off by preparing those potential targets. I do not want these targets to be met. I've shown you what I want. This has to be the bottom. Given multiple reasons why. If you want to hold the long-term trend on the 200, which is the 200 EMA, this has to go to new highs. It has to break this level at the top here, 260 to 280. Otherwise, it will just roll over lower. I was making guys all aware of this last week. So thinking a few steps ahead. So right now, there is time to make some short-term money with this move up. So could be a quick DCA, could be a little trade. And then when we see Bitcoin weakening, check out my Bitcoin updates. When we see Bitcoin weakening, Solana weakening at a key level of resistance, then that could be an area to take some profits just as a quick trade. Again, if you've got no interest in that, then just DCA here, because at the moment, this is our lowest price. This is the 200 EMA. So as a holder, really at the moment, if you're expecting this to continue to new all-time highs, then this has to be the bottom, because it's the long-term bottom of the daily time frame. Because as the 200 EMA was at $190 and it's bounced $15 right now, but this bottom range is going to be your best DCA. Again, it's a local bottom. It can develop into the true bottom and we go to new all-time highs from here. It could also lower high at some point at these red boxes and go to a new low. But as of right now, you're going to get anything better than this bottom range? No. So if you're an investor, this is your best moment. And that's probably pretty much why I bought some more Bitcoin yesterday as well, just before this move up began. That's it from me today. You can see on the lower end, if we lose these key levels of support, we start to have targets down at 168, and there's a big gap down until we get to $144. I can get even more specific with the fibs, and you can see some more levels in between 144 and 168. So yeah, a lot of key support at around 150, 160 at this previous high low. So essentially losing this key area, losing the 200 EMA, losing 180, it looks like it would target 150, 160. But let's worry about the rejection from one of these red boxes first, because we can actually higher low, right? We could actually higher low. And if that happens, then there is that chance to break through these boxes. Again, you could reject this There is that chance from here we could go to those new lows, but we could always reject short term and higher low. Guys, I don't know what is going to truly happen until it develops, but I'm going to be making videos as it develops, and the more as it develops, we're going to get more clues, and it's going to be a lot easier to recognize whether this is just a local bottom, we roll over and go lower, or if this ends up being the true bottom due to a higher low. But we need to see all of those candlestick bars patterns and the candlestick and the chart patterns as well developing from here on out. But right now, this very second, we need to see 215. The EMA is being reclaimed over here because we've now got the bearish cross on the daily time frame. This is a signal at the moment that we could just be pumping up into them as resistance, confirming it as our top. This is red, so it is resistance. And then from there, meant to reject and head to new lows. Is that what I want? No. But can that be the case? Absolutely. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. If you want to get educated, if you want to learn how to use the fibs on your own, if you want to tune into my live streams where I analyze everything and teach you how to do all of this, check out the links in the description. You can join my Discord community. Cheers, everyone.